Hey, it's Jenny here from Chi Lifestyle. I hope you've all had a rather fantastic um, Christmas. If you celebrate, if you don't, I just hope the festive seasons has brought you closer to your friends and family, and you've just had a really good time. If you haven't, well, then let's hope and pray that you are putting all the manifestations into the new moon that's now happening and manifest a better life so that 2020 is the year that you will bring about a better year. Okay, so today's reading is focused on relationships. Okay, so either you are in a relationship or you're not, you're married or you're just dating. And you just needing to know, like, if I'm in a relationship, is this relationship going to go anywhere? Should I put any more effort into it? Will we get married? You know, that's really where the questions are going. If you're already married and you're having some issues and you're just wanting to know if your issues are going to be sorted out, then again, you can pick a pile. If you are single, then this is not necessarily going to be one of those picker cards where we will tell you who you will marry or anything like that. But you might have someone that you're interested in and you just want to have just a bit of a peek as to, if I dated this person, could it go anywhere? So again, this is more of a relationship reading as opposed to a who will I marry? So this is someone that you actually have someone specific in mind. Please, once again, just have a look at what pile might resonate with you. Don't necessarily go for the jewelry pieces I've put on top. Those are just merely for, fun and, a little bit of creativity as opposed to the 1, 2, 3, 4s. However, go with your mind. Think very clearly about the person, about the situation, and the outcome that you are possibly hoping for. If of course you choose a pal that doesn't really agree, then don't try and get all upset. If it really doesn't resonate with you, then pick another card, pick another reading. I do have an earlier reading, I think early in the year, on the same topic, and there are plenty of other readers out there that can give you some help and guidance with your relationship. um, and if a relationship isn't meant to be, a lot of us forget about the soul contracts that we bring into this world when we meet a certain person. Don't stick around and don't try and fight for a relationship to work if it's not supposed to work out. Heartbreak, it sucks, and none of us really enjoy heartbreak. We don't enjoy the pain of being in a relationship. But if you're with someone who's not treating you well or it's just not working out, it's always a huge suggestion just to, walk away. Even if you just take a break from each other and, have a good think about it. But don't stay in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship. Don't stay in a marriage just for the sake of being in a relationship or marriage. A lot of people stay in marriages and they say, well, it's there for the kids, for religious purposes. And, that might be tough. And by no means am I telling you to please go get a divorce. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying to you is that, also we have to think quite often, what are we teaching our own children about love and about relationships? Some people grow apart and there's certain things that can kill a relationship completely, cheating or just lying or abuse. There are some real, as far as I'm concerned, relationship deal breakers. And you've honestly got to say to yourself, if two parties aren't willing to work hard to make the relationship work, you're only going to create a hostile environment at home, and your poor children are just going to really and truly be ruined. I mean, I know a lot of people who will not get married because they've watched their parents fight, and they just think that that's what love is. Love is hard, love is crap. So please, think very carefully about your relationship. Think very carefully. If you do have kids, if you are going to end the relationship, please remember that your kids are not there to become a tug of war. Try and make sure that they are the number one priority in your situation, and that it's fair for all. They need, generally their mom or the dads, unless one of the partners is abusive, or once again, very, 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 very bad parent. But otherwise, they need their parents, they need love, they need attention, and they need good families, whether it's one happy family or two happy families. So yeah, just on that thought, and don't ever forget, if a relationship does end around this time, try to be positive, because, you know, the new year will bring about a whole new relationship. We're in a new moon. So again, time to put manifestations. Okay, so for our pile number one, we have this orange bangle. Okay, so it's, as you can see, it's orange with a little bit of gold. For pile number two, we've got this just red and white beaded bangle. For pile number three, we've got this chunky green bangle. And for pile number four, we've got a, sorry, I just thought I'd turn the camera, just like a charm bangle that's, you know, a bit of a vintagey, you know, it's got charms and hearts and all that there. So I'll pick up the piece and you can have a look there too, as you can see. Okay, so those of your piles, sit and think, clear your energies, ask for a clearing, ground yourself. If you need to pause the video, please pause, and then we'll begin with our video. And again, like and subscribe, please. Comment down below, give me a thumbs up if it does resonate, and yeah, just please let me know. I've been having a lot of people comment, and thank you, and I really, really do love and appreciate the comments that I'm getting. Okay, and we are we are on to our first pile. Okay, so for those of you who have chosen the first pile, which is the orange and gold bangle, here is your reading. Okay, so for our first pile, we have got the Nine of Swords in reverse. We've got the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands. We have got the Queen of Earth, and we have got yellow, which is your sacral chakra. Okay. For those who have chosen this pile, your partner or someone in this relationship in the past has not been honest. Okay. There has either been, there's been some form of deception, possibly one of the parties here has cheated. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, a relationship or a sexual relationship. It just could have been, you know, they just weren't honest with you. They've kept information away from you. They've, you know, for example, if you are not married, they might have brought you into this relationship with false pretenses. So it's something like, you know, I'll commit to you and I'll love you and only you and I will marry you, and whatever the situation, they haven't kept to their word. Okay. You know, they might have just been not committed to the relationship at all. They've possibly had other people on the side. So sometimes it's just a little bit of flirting. It might seem harmless to them, but it's really and truly, you know, been quite destructive for the relationship. And they're quite ashamed of it. They're ashamed of their behavior. They're ashamed. They know that they've done you wrong. They know that whatever they've done, it's just not cool. And this burden's it's just weighing very heavily on them. Or you know, if you're the one who's cheated, then yeah, you'll feel that the burden's just there. It's you're carrying the weight of the world. You feel really, really, really crappy about the fact of what you've done, or they feel really, really crappy. Okay, they wish they could go back and change the past, and they just can't. They want another chance. But it's something that you're going to have to sit and think about, okay? Because with the Three of Wands there, the Three of Wands is all about, you know, doing all the work that you have done and then just waiting patiently for things to change, or, you know, for the relationship to to, you know, possibly get back onto your feet, for example. There could be a third party situation here. So maybe, you know, if either one of you has cheated, then you're sitting with a situation of, you know, there's 3 different people in this relationship, and, you know, there's just a bit of thought needs to be put into this. You know, do you want this relationship to carry on? Because the problem is, if you do want this relationship to carry on, it's not going to be easy. You know, if there needs to be a lot more forgiveness in the situation. You or your partner would have to be quite flexible. The Queen of Earth, you know, the Queen of Earth is someone who is, you know, she's very warm and creative and sensitive, and she does a lot for the people around her. She's a good mother, she's a good wife, she's loyal, and she expects it in return, and in this relationship she hasn't received it in return. So, you know, it's time for you to just sit and think as to whether you really want this relationship to carry on. Your control issues. So, you know, again, you've got the yellow card, which is your sacral chakra. That's all about your personal power. So you might have to do some healing with your sacral chakra. You might find your personal power is really, really being ripped. You want to control the situation, and you just really and truly can't. You know, once again, if you've done the cheating, you can't control the other person who's sitting and thinking. It's up to them to decide as to whether they want to put this relationship going forward. And if they cheated on you, then, you know, you can't really control them. You know, what you can do is, if you do want the relationship to go forward, is you need to weigh up your pros and cons. You need to sit there and say, you know, am I really, really willing to be flexible here? Am I really willing to adapt to someone that I cannot trust? Because if you're a trustworthy person, it's going to be very difficult for you to trust that person again. Obviously, you know, this will all depend. You know, you might not consider the situation as dire. It might still be savable, but only you can decide that. You might not want to go back. You might go into your own, and you might just become more of the Queen of the Earth and focus on yourself. Focus on giving yourself love and beauty, and, you know, you give yourself all the warmth that you need, and you decide to change and go to a totally different direction and make time for others, and just have a completely different approach to your own life. And you might look at this person and go, you know what, I'm happy now. I've healed myself. I'm dealing with my personal power, and I don't want you back. So yeah, pile number 1, this is not an easy one. It's never easy to decide on whether to take someone back. It's always a scary situation. You know, can you trust them again? Will they do it again? And unfortunately, I can't give you this answer. Only you can really decide. I mean, obviously, if you do take them back, you need to really stand in your power, and you need to turn around and say, you know what, I will not accept you chatting to these people on social media. I will not accept this way of being. You know, I will not accept lies. I will not accept any form of deception. You need to put your foot down and go, you know what, I can pretty much be happier on my own, and I can go off and become, you know, more in tune with my personal power, and I can move on. So if you want to be in this relationship, you need to do the work. Because I'm not willing to put up with anything less than what I actually deserve. Because, you know, with the Queen of Swords, you deserve good. You deserve the best. Okay. So yeah, pile number 1, sorry, it's probably not the answer that you were looking for. And unfortunately, you know, the angels are only giving you what you need to know. If, however, again, this pile really does not resonate with you and you have no idea what I'm talking about, then please by all means go back and try a different pile, and if not, try a different reading. But yes, it's not an easy one. So just remember that, you can change anything going forward. New moon, try and manifest a new relationship, or you can decide to take this person back and manifest a brand new beginning with them. Either which way, I wish you all the best, and we'll speak to you soon. We're going on to the next pile. Hi, sorry, I just can't seem to talk tonight. Welcome to those who chose the second pile, which is the red and white and gold bracelet. This is your reading. Okay, so for pile number 2, you have got the Death card in reverse. You have got the Two of Swords in reverse. You have got the Justice card. You have got stairs, which say direction and timing. And then you have got the Ace of Air. Okay. So those of you who have chosen this pile, your relationship or potential relationship is really not being a good one. Okay. Here we're dealing with a lot of problems, a lot of maybe trying or forcing things to work out. You or your significant other has been hanging on quite tightly to this relationship. You've not wanting to see it end, or they don't want to see it end, or neither one of you wanting to see it end, and so you've been clinging a little bit too tightly to this relationship working out. Okay. However, there's just a lot of problems here. Your past is filled with problems, and one of you is not happy, or either both of you are not happy. This also might be a relationship that has ended, and maybe you trying to decide as to whether you want to restart it up. Okay. If you're still in the relationship, then you need to obviously decide as to if you want to carry on going or not, because there's a little bit of there's obviously a lot of decision making here, and there's just a little bit of needing to know the truth. Okay, because even the Ace of Air, it says here, seeing the truth of a situation. So maybe you're just not seeing the truth. Maybe you're not seeing what is needed to go forward. Maybe you guys are just not seeing, the truth in whatever it is that's keeping your relationship apart, or keeping the relationship from moving forward. Okay. But yeah, I think you need to do a bit of a pro and con list, and just decide, why are you guys not happy? What is it that you want? What is it that your partner wants? One of you, there might be a lot of imbalances in the relationship, because this is just causing you too much stress. By not making a decision, you just keep yourself in this very anxious, worried, depressed state, because you're worried to end it, or you're worried to carry on. It's you're just really, really, really struggling right now, or your partner's struggling. You're just, both of you are struggling right now with this decision. Okay. But either which way, I mean, obviously it's not good. It's not easy to walk away. It's not easy to end a partnership, but it's worse to stay in a relationship that makes you feel miserable. And it's only going to create more problems. And with the Justice card, and it can just, if you are married, then it's going to lead to a divorce. Okay, because with the Justice card, it could very much just end up being in a court case, and then that's just going to be ugly. And if you've got children, it's never ever a nice situation. But, the justice is also very much about karma, and about getting back what you actually deserve. So if you've been in a relationship and you have not really been fair to your partner, and you haven't been treating them well, then unfortunately, you're going to get what you deserve. And vice versa. If you've been the loving one, but they haven't been very giving or very caring, then you'll get what you deserve. Either which way, there needs to be more balance in the relationship. If you would like this relationship to carry on going on, then you need to balance it out. You need to work on each other. You need to decide. Okay. But first, you need to see the truth. Here you've got the direction and timing. So it might say the time is now to move in a new direction. Okay. the time is now to see the truth. It's got there, challenging beginning. Your new direction might be challenging. It might bring out a challenging beginning, but challenging beginning always can also bring a new beginning. And there's new possibilities. Okay, so as you go into the new year, you need to say, can I put up with this person for another year? Is it possible? Can we see eye to eye? Maybe it's time, if you are married, just to take a break, separate from each other for a while. Gather your thoughts and ideas as to what you love about the other person, and the things that you don't like, can you work on them? Okay. Oh, this is also not the best part, but you know what? There's always a possibilities. When there's endings, there's always a new beginning. Once you've made a decision, you can either decide we will start this relationship all over again and go in a new direction together. It could be a challenging new beginning. It doesn't have to be an ending. Okay. The death card is in reverse, so this doesn't have to be an end, okay? But either which way, work and make a decision. Okay, pile number 2. I hope there's something in here that gives you, I don't know, either hope for the relationship or just hope for the fact that, with all endings, there's always a new beginning, and you can find someone new and start over. I wish you all the best of luck with your decision. And if this pile really does not resonate, then please have a look at the other piles, rethink about it, reground yourself, look at a different reading, or I do have one of these in the beginning. You can go back to my past videos and have a look. I wish you all the best of luck with whatever decision you make. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Hi, okay, and welcome for those of you who has chosen the green bracelet. This is your reading, pile number 3. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Sorry, my bad. Then we have the Ace of Coins, Pentacles, and that's in reverse. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Justice card, and we have green, which is your heart chakra card. Okay. So with your relationship or possible relationship partner, okay, there's this relationship, I'm not going to lie, mince words, it's also been a bit of a struggle, okay. I think there's been a bit of competition here. There's been a lot of fights of this relationship and just a lot of challenges, okay. You guys are forgetting that you need to work together as a team. So, if it's a marriage, then you're just forgetting that, you need to work together as a team. And one or both of you have kind of just forgotten about this, okay. And you need to remember that all relationship, in order for them to survive, takes work. Unfortunately, love doesn't come very easily. We often get swept up with the beautiful romantic movies, but no one ever shows you the parts after everyone gets married, or once a relationship starts, once you move in, or when you take the relationship to the next level, things get tough. Okay. And you can't always be, deterred by the fact that things just might be a little bit tough. Not all relationships are going to be smooth sailing, but it doesn't mean that the relationships are bad. It just means that a little bit of work needs to be done. We often forget that we're two different people coming together, and we have different life lessons and different purposes in this world. And you need to sometimes just accept different people's ways of being, okay? If there has been a bit of competition, then there may be a little bit of jealousy in the relationship. And, a little bit of jealousy is not a problem. You can always work through it. Massive jealousy can be of a problem, but it's not the be-all and end-all. You can still work through it. You need to firstly find out why the person is jealous. One of each of the partners could have had an ex that just, or a past relationship that, someone's either cheated on them or it's failed. And so they'll unfortunately have brought this failure or this fear of failure into this relationship, which is never ever fair. And then because you've also got the heart chakra here, and the heart chakra talks about, compassion, love, and cultivation. So if your heart chakra is unaligned, then it's generally because of past hurts or hurts in this, relationship. There's petty little fights might end up being a little bit nasty at times. And, sometimes you just got to check in with yourself and go, have I not been the bad person in this relationship? Have I been maybe not compassionate? Maybe I've not been as loving as what I should be, or as loving as what I can be. Maybe I haven't been much of a team player. If you're married, maybe I haven't been helping my husband / wife or my partner in the house, or, maybe I could be doing a little bit more. Maybe I'm not helping with the kids, or, whatever the situation is, all of this will be affecting your relationship. One of you might be working too hard. You might be, your career might have taken more of a how can I put it? So you work more in your career than what you have in your relationship. But yeah, with some hard work, balance, standing up for what you believe, but at the same time also being responsible for your actions. Apologize when things go wrong. It's fair and just decisions. So make sure that whatever decisions you guys make with each other, that they're fair and just. Okay, do what you know is right. So again, if you believe that this relationship is worth fighting for, and personally I believe it is, because I don't see any major signs. I don't see any, apart from maybe possibly a little bit of fighting, a little bit of jealousy. I don't think there shouldn't be anything major here. I believe, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's very much about working hard. He's as you can see in this card, he's working very hard. He's chipping away, and his pentacles are all piling up, in front of him because of his hard work and dedication. So I think that that's a good sign that your relationship is good. You are on the right path. Heal your heart chakra, heal all past hurts. Spend more time together. Be a little bit more open-minded. Dedicate more time and more, valuable time together. If you're married and you've got kids, date nights are so important. Get someone to look after the kids and just go out and find what it was about each other that you loved. But yes, I definitely see a positive way forward. You're just going through a bad patch. Just, do whatever you can and put all the effort that you can into the relationship. And, there's always, you will see the just rewards for it. Okay, I hope I've given you some food for thought, pile number 3, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 4, which was the charm bracelet. This is your reading. Okay, so we have, the Page of Fire. We have New Moon, which is funny because we're going through the new moon. You have the King of Swords, the Hierophant, the Four of Wands. Okay, so for those of you who have chosen this pile, your relationship is probably not had the best of start. Okay, one of you in the relationship might be a little bit stubborn and a little bit pig-headed, which has probably maybe created a little bit of arguments and fights. Someone's maybe trying to be a little bit too controlling in the situation, and possibly being a little bit too critical. Okay, one of you just seriously just been over analyzing and focusing just a little bit maybe on the negative. That's just how I feel at the moment, and I think you need to change that. Okay, so the Hierophant's very much about, structures and commitment and marriages. So if you're not already married, then I definitely would take this as a sign that yes, a commitment will be done with this relationship. Okay, just maybe ease up a little bit. Both of you need to have a little bit more fun. This one here says, confident. It says, I think you can see that. Okay, so your news of an exciting new endeavor, so whether it's the new together or whatever it is, we've got your outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. So maybe that's what you guys need in this relationship. Just go out and have a little bit more fun. Try not to control each other. Don't be so criticized of your partner, or even if your partner's being a little bit critical of you, then this is just time to just sit them down and go, you know what, you got conception, inner self, and expansion. So the relationship is definitely heading in a positive direction. I mean, the Four of Wands is very much about a happy future, harmony. There's harmony will be brought about with this relationship, marriage, family. It's a beautiful card, really. I mean, how's that for love? There you have two, here you got a couple dancing and cheering. People are cheering them on at a party. So this must be like a wedding. It's how I see it, a beautiful wedding with happiness and laughter and dancing. So if you're wanting to know if you and your partner will get married, then this is definitely a yes. It might happen during a new moon, or you might use this new moon manifestation around now just to work on your inner self, especially if you're the person who is being a little bit maybe too controlling. Conception, that must definitely be a time, if you are already married, that this is during this new moon time. It's a great time for you to conceive a baby, if if that is what you are looking to do. If you've been battling, maybe you need to be a little bit more mischievous in the bedroom, a little bit more creative. And yeah, but try once again, stop being critical of your partner. Watch your words, because this is definitely, I think this is a very positive sign for a relationship. It's one that's definitely worth fighting for. Stop being so stubborn. You can weigh up your pros and cons, because you might feel, or you might be concerned that this relationship's not going to work out. But in all honesty, this one's also this is a good news card. This is a very good news card. Wholeheartedly embrace this relationship. Okay. Don't worry about the challenges. Those, no relationship's perfect. Every relationship comes with challenges. It's about how you work together, how you dance together, how you create together, how you conceive together. Okay, expand together. But go out and have more fun as a couple. But don't give up on this relationship, guys. Okay, I have very, very, very warm, happy feelings about the potential for this couple. If you're not in a relationship with this person, then yes, this is a good sign that this is definitely someone you can get together with and marry. All right. So yes, I think this is very positive, very happy. I hope it resonates with you, and good luck. And yes, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below if this is your pal. I would love to hear from you. And yes, we'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.